Japanese thrift store secondhand shop. It was all like Gucci. It was like Gucci designer bags and everything. And it was all in the, it was less than $1,000, but it was still like $600, $700 for the cheapest thing in there. I was like, wow. Who the hell in Japan is paying for this, bro? The ramen's $2. Anyway, so it's Deputy. I forget how to play this character as well. I forget how to play Risk of Rain 2, honestly. We played Mega Bonk for like 2 weeks before I left. Why do I have to manually shoot? Why doesn't my character do it for me? Dude, I went to a whole shop. It was all imported American clothes. I also went to a mall where they do like Japanese clothes and stuff like that. And I say this not just because it was clothes in Japan. I mean, no, specifically Japanese clothes. They were like, no, we have everything is one size. It was the most confusing experience of my life. Everything's in one size? What the hell? Anyway, needless to say, I did not fit that size, but we have a forgive me please. This is pretty nice. I forget what this character does. I think they just shoot and move a lot. Yeah, I think that's about it. I haven't seen a roguelike tier list video from you. What are a couple of your faves? My friends are tired of playing Roar 2. I'll tell you a couple. Slay the Spire, Balatro. Damn, is it really that deep? Slay the Spire, Balatro. There's Isaac. I wouldn't rank it that high personally, but I haven't played it since they did the external item thing, so maybe it's better now. What is it? Inscription. That was good. You might notice a trend with deck builders. What else is there? There's other roguelikes that I have on my list that I can't remember off the top of my dome. What have we played, chat? Is this all I've played? Am I washed? Hades. That one's good. That's it, actually. There's no more. What's this Mega Bonk ripoff? Oh, yeah. Mega Bonk. There you go. That one's better than this game. Yeah, it's either twink size or built like the letter 8 size. Let me tell you something. I was so like molded because I was like, bro, I've seen the people here. There's very tall Asian people all over the place. Okay, I'll say it. There were people who I was like, this guy is ginormous. Then there were, I don't know what it is, but there were some Chinese women, or not Chinese women, but Japanese women. There were also Chinese dudes over there. Like we went to a place that was like, it was like a Japanese food place. They all spoke Chinese, and my friend spoke Chinese, so he could actually converse with them. And it was it was like a weird experience because they were like trying to interact with me in Chinese, and I'm like, bro, I don't even speak Japanese, man. What do you think I'm here for? Anyway, that was a confusing experience, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, the Japanese women, they're like 2 feet tall. They're like 2 feet off the ground sometimes. I thought this one lady was walking around with a kid. I thought it was her little brother, and she was just walking him around. I looked closely. No, that's his dead-ass mother, who's probably like 30 something. And she's almost as tall as him, and he's got to be like 6. So the sizes there don't make sense. One size for everything? First off, Benthic Bloom makes me happy. What's up? Everyone is hella old. There's some young people there. I did spend a lot of time around the young people land, I guess. There are a decent amount of old people though. I also I had my Apple Watch on the whole time. Holy shit. So much walking. So much walking. And that was with me standing a lot too. Because there's something they don't tell you about Japan. Even though they do say like, oh yeah, you'll be walking a lot. There's a lot of standing. There's almost an equivalent amount of standing. Not to bring JoJo into this Stardust Crusaders moment, but you're on the train, standing. You're doing something, not on the train. Mainly it's all stuff on the train, standing. You want to go from place to place? That's sort of walking, but you're also standing at some point too. Also, I don't understand how Japan does it. They have like no trash anywhere. It's very clean area. They have no trash cans. It's like they have no trash cans, and they want you to not walk around while you eat and drink, and I understand why. It's not because it's like a bad thing to walk around and eat and drink. It's because dead ass, you find a trash can and you camp that thing, because that will be the only trash can for the next 20 miles. You're going to be holding your shit for the next 2 hours. Same thing with benches too. If you ever want to sit down, You better find the one bench that exists in Japan and sit there for the rest of your life, because there are like 2. Other than that, pretty amazing. What are some highlights of the trip? Honestly, they all have to do with alcohol. I shouldn't be saying this. We were gonna do Halloween in Japan, and we went out. We pre-gamed pretty hard, and then my friend ended up throwing up on the train, so we did not go out. We found out there's this drink. It's called Strong Zero. My God. That's the greatest thing they've ever invented. Also, we went to Kyoto. That was pretty nice, mainly because of the Phoebe Bridgers song, but I don't know, man. The food there was great. I was in awe of the trains and everything. And a lot of people talk about the trains. Some of the people I was with weren't impressed by the trains that much. I was super impressed by the trains. Not because of the trains themselves. The trains themselves kind of sucked. You're standing everywhere, or letting old people sit while you stand. But more importantly, the most important part of the whole situation is Tokyo, I think, is the most dense place population-wise in the entire world. It's the largest city by population, I believe. And the streets are clearer than any place I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen, like, there's people driving up and down the streets willy-nilly. And they also will be driving, like, through people. Like, there will be people walking in the middle of the street, and then randomly, like, a car will pass by every, like, 5 minutes or so. Which is honestly absurd. I always found seats myself, even in Tokyo. Well, how many pregnant ladies did you stare in the face as you were sitting? Huh? How many pregnant ladies that were over the age of 50 did you stare in the face as you took their priority seating, huh? Be honest. Once your feet hurt enough, once you're at the 30,000 step count, you know, I feel it. I understand. There aren't many pregnant people. Yeah, that seems to be a problem in Japan, huh? I think my friends we saw one pregnant lady the entire time. And we were like, oh, sugoi! Oh, I forgot. Speaking of sugoi, Benthic Bloom posting? In My America? Gooner Survivor. Why? Because she has hips and cleavage? I think you need to look inward, friend. Holy shit, we do some damage. DLC waiting room? No, that's exactly what you're looking at right now. But hey, we can all wait together. It makes you feel better. Birds of a feather. Oh, there were also claw machines in Japan. Chad, did you know this? There's a lot of claw machines. Those were fun. Didn't do any of the gambling. Japan is such a weird place. Isn't, like, most gambling banned? But they literally have, like, gotchas everywhere. They have so much gambling built in to their, like, fun and days and everything. Yet, they like, that's banned. I think there's also, like, a whole bunch of other modesty things. But they also have, like, the most degenerate anime / magazine culture there. It's actually kind of filthy over there. Like, in terms of, like, not cleanliness, of course. In terms of how dirty these people's minds are, I swear. Oh. Also, another highlight. The going up escalators, the amount of signs that said, be careful of people, like, trying to take upskirt shots of you. I was like, that's crazy. It was literally on, like, every escalator that was indoors. They were like, yeah, people are going to try to take upskirt photos of you. Just be aware. And then they'd have, like, a mirror. So that ideally, like, whoever's upskirting you would, like, see their own shame and look at themselves and be like, what am I doing right now? Or something like that. Or maybe it was for the ladies to look behind them. So they're like, huh. There seems to be a man sticking a phone up my skirt right now. Oh, speaking of that as well, the mobile gaming culture, I get it now. I get why mobile games are so popular in Asian countries. The amount of old men of, like, I don't know, at least 40 plus, that would be like, they'd have a briefcase and a suit, and they'd walk on the train, and they'd pull up some fucking degenerate ass mobile game. And I look over their shoulder, and they're playing the most gotcha shit I've ever seen. It, like, they'd pull up, like, I don't know any of the actual ones, but it would be like Genshin Impact, and they're, like, rolling for whatever. Deadass in suits and looking like they could be my grandfather, and they're playing stuff that I would shake my head at. But You know, what are you going to do on a train ride for like 30 minutes, you know? Never asked Japan why their phones have mandatory audio sound when taking pictures. It does seem pretty weird. I didn't see anyone doing anything weird, at least. So, I mean, maybe they're just so good at hiding it. But I didn't see anything weird, so. Shout out to the Japanese people for either being able to hide it or it's actually not that bad. So a chick squatting down playing Clash Royale. I'm not gonna lie, I started playing Clash Royale over there. The first time I played Clash Royale, there was like an ad for it while I was on my phone, and I was like, you know what? When in Rome, and I started playing it. You got me, Japanese people. I'm with you. I'm one of you. I'm part of the culture. Anyway, Nikkei. How do you even pronounce that? Is it Nike or is it Nikkei? That one's pretty big over there. They literally have like posters of that shit. Like, that's their hero. I only saw a little bit of Hatsune Miku, so she's not as big over in Japan as I would have been led to believe. I didn't have to learn any lore about her to have thrived in the Japanese culture. But the Nikkei game, I think I did need to learn more lore about that because they do be having posters everywhere. Not a fan of Tokyo, though. There's some places in Tokyo that are cool and chill and everything, but for the most part, Tokyo kind of sucks. I'd rather not be in Tokyo. I prefer Kyoto much more. Everything felt so touristy. Oh, this, you know what? It's time to bring this up. I am one of the stereotypical foreigners that go over, and I'm like, man, I hate foreigners. And I'll say it with my chest. All of y'all suck. Oh my God. There were so many. I was in Kyoto, and I was like, we were walking up one of these shrines. I can't even remember what it was, honestly. I wasn't there myself. My friends wanted to go there, so I don't even know what shrine it was. But we were going to some shrine, and we're walking up the giant-ass steps, and all I hear behind me is some dude yapping for 30 minutes straight. I literally stopped. I was like, okay, I have to wait for him to pass, or I'm going to actually, like, turn around and do some Gojo shit on this guy, because it was driving me insane. And way too many Australian/British people. I was not prepared for that either. Way too many of you over there. I started talking in an accent by the end of the trip. It was pretty funny the first couple times, especially since most of them were talking about getting a beer. But I sort of got to heard more Australian/British accents than I did Japanese people speaking. I don't know. Anyway. Aussie to Japan tickets are cheap. Yeah, they should shut that shit down. Australians should be banned from visiting Japan. No offense, Australians, but y'all be annoying as hell out there. And you definitely know it. You went R&R. Yeah, I went R&R. I was starting to get in trouble because I was doing it a lot, because every time one would pop up in my vicinity, I would start talking Australian/British. And then I would mess it up sometimes, but regardless, it was becoming a problem. Can't believe they have fucking anime over here, mate. We were at a shrine and they were literally talking. They were literally like, it was just like a couple of Australian dudes, and then they were like walking down the steps speaking Australian very aggressively, and then like literally they passed a sign that I guess had alcohol on it, and they're like, hey, you want to stop in for a beer? I can't do it. I'm doing like a Boston accent right now. I can't do it, but they did it at the time. It boggled my mind. Anyway. Yeah, just kick all the foreigners out except for me. Much better place. But moreover to my point for this was that there were so many situations where I'd be like, okay, so this is just a tourist trap. And it triggered me. I was like, really? We're going to be doing this? We're all going to pretend like this is a thing? Like there was this, we went to a bar, and I think there was like, it was like a drink or something like that. I think it was a screwdriver I ordered or something like that. For like 500 yen, which I'm going to be honest, I can't remember how cheap that is. That's like less than, it's like $3 or something like that. It's like super cheap. Regardless, they poured it, and I was like, is there alcohol in this? What even is this? And then it was also like a small area, and there was a karaoke bar, and there were a whole bunch of people, of American people in there, super drunk, super loud, doing their thing, which, you know, glory to the empire, I guess. But my God, going to Japan and finding out that there's more white people there? No! I'm the only one! Damn it! I'm supposed to be the only one. Oh, I might play this darn war too, mate. Yeah, I need to hear an Australian person speak, and then I can get back into it, but right now I'm just going to fail. But it was egregious over there. I'm going to open this. I have a sale star, and I'm not afraid of it. 500 yen is 3.26 USD. See, exactly. It's super cheap. Everything over there is super cheap, except for some reason there's like clothes or something. Anything that they think they're like, oh, Americans will buy this is expensive. Anything that they think like, oh, the average Japanese person's gonna buy this, super cheap. And that's just facts. Once again, I'll say Shibuya, the worst. I don't know what it is, but I checked a lot of people online. Once again, I can't believe I did this. I don't do this for video games. Why do I trust life advice from Reddit? I went to Reddit and I was like reading what people were saying, and they were saying, oh yeah, all of this stuff is very nice. This location, very nice. This part of Japan, very affordable. I go there, things are like $1,000. I'm like, affordable to fucking who, man? Who are you? And also, I'd go there and I'd be like, this place sucks. This is a literal tourist trap. You got, my friend. You've been had. So that was very frustrating, realizing that no, you truly can't trust Reddit for anything. It's not just video games. They actually suck for everything. They actually have no idea what they're talking about nonstop. So I really don't know where to get my information. For me, it was Tokyo for 2 days, 10 days in 5 different cities. So 2 days each city and 2 days Tokyo. It was the shit. The shit. Well, I remember reading before, like, I don't know, like a year ago or something like that. They were like, you want to make sure you spend as much time as possible in like several areas or whatever. You don't want to feel rushed or anything like that. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of a vibe. And I did like staying in one spot for a while, because every time I go to the 7-Eleven, man, those people would know my name. And it felt like a vibe. It felt like a vibe when you could just walk by. There was some old Japanese people that we made friends with. There was a Japanese lady we met at a bar who we could not communicate with the most, but we tried our best, and it was like one of the most fun nights we had. And that was all like just because we were staying in the area. That was just like the vibe. Whereas I feel like going to see stuff was kind of less intriguing. The deer, the Nara deer, now that was cool. I like that. That was my favorite part personally. I don't care how tourist trappy it was. It was cool when they bowed, and then they also attack you. That's the second fun part, especially when they have signs that say this is mating season, so they're a little antsy right now. R&D Thursday, Lord of the 7-Eleven. I was Lord of that 7-Eleven. Every time they'd ask me for a plastic bag, I'd say, hi! And they'd literally pull out a crown from... whoa. They pull out a bag from, or a crown from the side. It was pretty cool. Hit a couple people. Hit them with the atatame. Mind blown. Hit the... we went to an omakase our last day. And I didn't say this the whole trip because I was too nervous to say it. I felt like, is this real? Are they gonna think I'm cringe for saying this? But hit him with the gochiso samadeshita. Oh my god. Oh, we also said kampai a lot. Every time we said kampai, people would pop off. I feel like if you just say the right thing in Japan, it's like hitting a QTE. It's literally like one of those videos. White guy shocks. Oh my god. White guy shocks himself with Colonel Drone Man. White guy shocks sushi chef by saying one simple... A fisherman in the Akita. It's the same name as the dog breed, and we talked for an hour in broken English. He was like 35-ish. He was the nicest person ever. My dad fished a lot, so I was able to relate to him and show him foreign fishing techniques. Foreign fishing techniques? That sounds more mysterious than I feel like it should. But that's the kind of vibe I was going for. That's the kind of thing I like. That's what I was hoping for. Because when I first went on the trip, I was like, I want there to be a language barrier. I want there to be. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I want there to be no way of us communicating other than like pointing and putting together words. Pointing at like the menu and being like, this means friend or something like that. And it ended up happening. I was very hype on that. I don't know. Did we loot this whole map? I don't know, man. Let's just keep going. We're just having fun. I'm not going to the False Sun because the False Sun sucks. Oh, that's a gold portal though. I can go to the gold portal. Who's the deputy now, man? Okay, I missed the 3 hour. Oh! 3 hours, 10 loop runs in Roar 2. It's a dying breed, man. Also, I just don't have the space on my PC anymore. It's loaded up with all this bloat. All the hentai. Something had to be sacrificed. I'll be honest, I don't really know what my utility skill does. I feel like if I remember correctly, it combos in some way with my special. But other than that, I got no clue, man. I think you're supposed to like bounce around with it since it like resets the cooldown. If you get a kill with your special, like you go like this and then you go, wow, see, I jumped a little too far. Woo, Gilded Ghost. I don't know how my healed foot missed. The only problem with using my utility skill is that I miss with my special skill quite a bit. That was a very strong kick. And now that I have Sail Stars, as long as I use a Sail Star, I will never get rid of it with my Benthic. I don't know if anyone remembered, I have a Benthic. I'm pretty proud of it. The more Warped Echoes I have, the more effective my unstable transmitter will be, right? What's the thoughts on this mod? This mod's pretty fun. I like the Deputy. The last time we played the Deputy, it was kind of unusable footage for some reason. I can't remember why. Probably this one as well, since I've spent like 90% of this talking about Japan, but I'm sure with no context, the chatters will get it. Remember it was rainy outside when I went to the receptionist at the hotel we booked? Whoa! Hold on. There's children amongst us. She's a sweet lady in her late 20s, and because I was soaked, I remember watching a One Piece where the voice actor met up, and one thing I remember is when the Nico Robin voice actor said peta peta, which means when something is sticky. Peta peta. First off, it's insane to just pop off with a I'm sticky to the receptionist, but we've all been there. I hit my friend with he was flirting with a 40-year-old Japanese lady who was being very nice to us, okay, and very like translating, because we went into some place we probably shouldn't have because the entire menu was in Japanese. Thankfully, Google Translate is pretty OP now. However, at the end of the night, I was trying to figure out how to say something like good night or something like that, and I told him the one that I remembered, which was there's one. I can't remember what it is. There's Konbanwa, and then there's some Oyasumi Nasai? Oyasumi Nasai? I forget what it is. I think it was that one. And I was like, oh yeah, you could just say that and that's good night. And I think like a couple nights later, or maybe a day later or something like that, I saw a Reddit post and it was like, why does every time I say this, the like convenience workers and everyone like giggles at me, the cashiers and everything giggle at me? And it was the Oyasumi Nasai, and everyone in the comments was like, because that's like what you say to like a close loved one or something like that. So I basically hooked my friend up with a Japanese lady. They never met again, but you know, in another life maybe. MILF Hunter in Japan. No, for real. It was a problem. We did have to separate them because it was getting late and my friend was very wasted. This was also the friend that ended up getting sick on the train during Halloween because of how wasted they were. So this might have been a theme going on the trip. However, it was okay. We all made it home safe, I think. Thought it was more of have a nice rest rather than a good evening. I have no idea, man. I don't speak Japanese other than the shit I Google. I just remember that's what everyone on Reddit said. But I already said earlier in the stream that you shouldn't trust anything on Reddit, Japanese-wise. I don't know. I'd like to believe there were some Japanese people in that thread. What's poppin'? You know what's funny? That reminds me. During this, when we were in the tourist trap area, and there were like some drunk, I think some of them were British, honest to God. They did say that I did get mixed up with Jack Harlow. There were some people that called me Jack Harlow. It was not Japanese people, which is funny, hilarious that it wasn't the Japanese people getting me mixed up. It was, in fact, British people. The worst of mankind. I'm sorry, British people, but after the Japan trip, I've realized. Sorry you had to interact with British people. I'm sorry about it, too. My friend did point out very early, he was like, you can tell that, like, the foreigners here because they wear so much cologne. Brother, I went to Shibuya. I was getting smothered. And it was kind of funny because there's this British guy who was pogging. He was pogging at the billboards, bro. It was such a random thing to be amazed by. He's like, there was like a billboard that was like a couple stories high, and he's like, oi, mate, that's like as big as 5 flats, mate. And I'm like, bro, what? Why would you even say that? Be amazed by something else. It was just a sign. It was a billboard, brother. Anyway, the whimsical wonder of a British person. I guess they really don't have anything else going on. Shibuya, wasn't it destroyed by Sukuna? I wish it was, brother. Oh my god. Cause after that day, I watched that scene a couple times. Holy shit, Shibuya. There's nothing good about it. It's just, I think it's just, what is good about it? Can someone play devil's advocate for Shibuya right now, or else we're gonna have to Sukuna post right now. Also, when we were in Japan, Donald Trump came to Japan. It was kind of scary because I was like, is he following us? And then we also, because the government was shut down, I didn't really think about it. People were trying to like scare the shit out of me by saying, oh, the government shut down, the air traffic controllers, they're not gonna work. They're all gone. You're gonna be stuck in Japan. I'm like, what? So for a little bit I was scared. Probably rage bait by people. Which brings me to another question. Air traffic controllers, I didn't realize this was like a government thing. I mean, it makes sense that they are because like it should be heavily regulated, but I thought it would be like an airline thing. Like, the airlines got to deal with that shit. I don't know. I made it back though, so I'm happy about that. It's part of a lot of famous anime scenes, I guess. Yeah. Aren't there, if you look at the map of like Japan, there's just a lot of places. Like Saitama is a place. One Punch Man moment. The Shibuya crosswalks is so much smaller IRL. Is it smaller or? No, it is smaller because I did go to the scramble. But is it smaller or is it just packed with people? Which I don't know. I don't know why people would want to go there. It's just not fun. Why would you want to be more crammed in? When like it was a nightmare. It was my nightmare. Flat? You mean your ass? Definitely not my ass. Not to. Whoa, ATG missile. Or are you just happy to see me? My god. I just realized I've Benthic Bloom. Shibuya overrated, but the Tower Records is pretty close to the station. Oh, you know what? I think my friends might have went to Tower Records or got some stuff from Tower Records. I can't remember. Anyway, the shopping there was kind of bum. I didn't like it. Because every time I'd look at a price tag, I'd be like, this shit's expensive. And I don't like it. I don't like it, and it's expensive. I went to the Don Quixote. I went to the Donkeys. Now, that's some good shit in there. It's just packed to the brim as well. Secondarily, now that I remember this part, fun fact, Japan, while the climate isn't the warmest, it's not that warm, especially at this time of year, I would never wear a jacket, and I was amazed by how much, like, overwear there was, like jackets, sweaters, and everything. Everything, like, as soon as you step inside, everything immediately becomes like 100 degrees. I don't think they believe in air conditioning for the most part. The trains, if you're wearing a jacket in there, you will get heated up to maximum. Buildings, they're all packed with people, so it's sweaty, gross, and also hot. Because the JJK. There's so much JJK. I did win. Oh, you know what? I got really good at claw machines while I was there, chat. And by claw machines, I mean like not the actual claw machines. There are people who are legendary at that. Holy shit, it's a credit card. I'm going to take that. There are people who are really good at regular claw machines. I got good at the other claw machines that were like not claw machines. They're like mini games. I won a lot of figures, most of which I don't know the characters of, because I was in it to win it. I was in it for the love of the game. But I did end up getting a Chun-Li figure. No, it's not pre-used, so no stains on it. And I also got a Gojo. And then I won a couple things for other people as well. I almost got a Saitama, but we were running out of time. It was last train. So I set it up for the next person. Anyway. Welcome back. Here to explain why you aren't playing hit indie roguelike Nova Drift. I've never heard of that game in my life. Is it in Japanese? Can I get it in Japanese? Tokyo Self is mid. Osaka's the sleeper. I didn't go to Osaka. I wish I would have. Most of my friends and we were only there for like... We were there for 2 weeks. Not quite 2 weeks, but almost 2 weeks. And there was a third week that we were planning on, but we just didn't do. Except two, like my friend and his wife are going on this third week. And they're going to like the ryokans, the onsens. They're going to the countryside, which is what I wanted to do mainly. And they're sending back pics, and I'm like, oh man, that's actually, I fucked up big time. I should have just skipped out on all this Tokyo bullshit. Just went to do that. Because it looks so much sicker. But what can you do? I'll just end up like PewDiePie. I'll migrate there permanently. Who apparently released a video where he like, I don't know what's going on with PewDiePie. I'm sus on that guy. I saw some video or something, or like tweets, that PewDiePie was like, he self-hosted his own supercomputer AI thing. I don't know. I'm starting to become suspect. I don't think he's real. Oh my God, there's a recycler too. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this, man? I've got a friggin' credit card and the recycler, bro. What the hell, man? Okay, because we don't have a fuel cell, number one. Actually, we have several. Ignore that. Because we have a benthic bloom, it's better to just take the credit card. Let this be known. Can't touch me like Gojo. It's not like 13 bucks on a claw machine for a UG figure and couldn't get it. The maintenance guy opened it and I managed to see that the rail that the figure sat on is really grippy, so I realized I probably better off buying a figure. I didn't. Yeah, first off, I will say you can buy a lot of these things. Apparently, allegedly, you can buy a lot of the figures in just like stores next door. Probably more financially incentivized to do that, but I'm just going to say that's not playing for the love of the game. Number two, there was a shocking amount of those claw machine people that would just straight up help you out. It was actually kind of funny. I think there was one that I was on for like probably like a half an hour. Probably spent like 60 bucks or something like that on it. And this dude was like, he came over, he like set it up in a way where it was almost impossible to lose. It was dangling off. It took him like probably 2 minutes just to make it so it wouldn't fall off by itself, but that like someone had to interact with it for it to fall off. And that was just mercy. That was big mercy. Shout out. And I saw that happen a couple times. Very nice. Very nice. All you have to do is go sumimasen and then point. And they're like, oh, okay. Otherwise, if they notice you're like spamming one, it's over. There was, however, I forget who, what character. Oh, it might have been a JoJo character. I went to a claw machine place. There was a Japanese dude there who was camping super hard. Camping this one claw machine with, maybe it was Dio or something. I don't remember. But he was camping this one area and he would like, he kept going over to it and trying to get it and he kept like missing it. But he was like putting his stuff down in front of it and then going to get more coins repeatedly. And there was a minimum line because I was like, I want to try this. So I was behind him waiting, but he was like, you know, doing that. So I was like, oh, probably not. And then there was also a guy behind me waiting for that. So I walked away because I was like, I'm pretty sure if I try to go over there while he's getting coins, he might like physically assault me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just nope out of this interaction and go find something else to do. But I didn't realize how serious it got over there. Anyway, Undertale is first, Deltarune is the sequel. Well, the sequel sucks. As someone who hasn't played either. Boom. Screw you, Toby Fox. I don't know if you're a bad person. Hopefully you are. Because I just said that. But if you're not, I apologize. Let's just go through the zone. Indian Twitter is trying to cancel PewDiePie for shit before Corona because of the T-Series feud they had. Seeing this happen is hilarious because PewDiePie actually escaped the clutches of monetization. Was it even PewDiePie doing the T-Series thing? I thought that was like Mr. Beast, who was a PewDiePie fan. And he was like, let's make PewDiePie bigger than T-Series. They should be feuding with him. But I have no problem with people feuding with PewDiePie because, I don't know. I don't trust it. We're going to find out something in like 10 years. I feel it. I'm very sus on this character. I don't usually make call-outs like this early because I like to let the culture decide my opinion. And I keep quiet on things until everyone's ready to hear the voice of reason. But no, there's something fishy about this PewDiePie guy. There's too much going on. I don't trust it. He learns how to draw. He moves to Japan with his wife and child, and they're living happily. He learns how to draw. He's like developing supercomputers over there. Nah, something's up. Something's up. He literally has dye in his name. That evidence, Your Honor, he has dye in his name. And I'm not talking about the food coloring. Your Honor, I do need a large chest to use the sail star on. I got 2. I also am pretty slow because I have a benthic bloom, which is probably getting rid of all the move speed that I once would have had. Oh, a key, you say? What would you have for me? Ooh, a weeping wungus. Let's take that. That helps. Doo-doo-doo-doo. That was Pew's versus T-Series race to 1 million, 100 million subs. Yeah. I knew it was PewDiePie, but I'm pretty sure, I thought it was like Mr. Beast was pushing that very heavily. I don't even remember hearing about PewDiePie wanting to do it. All that being said, I disliked PewDiePie when I was a child. And I also disliked Justin Bieber when I was a child. And that's 1 out of 2 so far for me, which makes me believe maybe I could be right a second time. The first time wasn't a fluke. Come on, there's got to be a large chest down here somewhere that I could abuse and use. Here it is. I got an infusion. Oh my god, I'm going to be so tanky. T-Series even acknowledged the race? I don't even know what the fuck T-Series is, honestly. Also, it's also not fair for... Oh my god, I can't believe there's a recycler on this map too, man. This is shocking. I'm not going to use it. Even if there... This is... No macro. No macro today. Okay? Macro does not exist in this game. What was I saying? Ah, yes. It's not fair. T-Series has like 10 trillion people to like work with, you know? PewDiePie was like, what is he, Swedish? Bro's got like 10% of the population that he can work with, okay? It's not fair. It's not fair. I know he speaks English, so it's a bit larger. But still, I think it's a little unfair, demographically speaking, that there was even a competition. Quite amazing that he won. I was a big fan of PewDiePie back then too. Like, I didn't see it at the time, but he definitely should have been a little bit more careful. A lot of his remarks are making jokes about Indians in an effort to insult T-Series. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's 100% chance. I'm not gonna put this. Maybe people change or whatever, but 100% PewDiePie was low-key racist, if not kind of racist right now. 100%. He might not be a problematic racist anymore. He might just be like, I don't know, your grandfather's racist maybe. But he definitely had to have been. There's no shot. Let's not forget the bridge. And I did see a tweet. About this whole like him building the supercomputer thing that I was like, it rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, because the first part of it, I was like, oh, this is all cool and everything. It was like something like quits YouTube at the top or something like that. Moves or wait, marries, has a child, lives happily, something like that. Moves to homogenous country. And I was like, whoa, hold on. And then I think there was some other follow-up thing. And I was like, what? This is a little weird. That's a little weird of a thing to point out. So I don't know. I'm sus on PewDiePie right now. We're keeping... He's definitely... I wouldn't say he's the imposter right now. There's something ain't quite adding up with him, all right? And I'm not good at math. He's Balkan kind of racist. I mean, look at the dude, man. He's from Sweden. He had Nazi uniforms on. He's... Motherfucker's like 6 foot, blonde hair, blue eyes. Come on. Who's the Skyrim guy at the end? Who's Parthenax? Is it Parthenax? Is that his name? I'm gonna need to play that quote. That's the only way we're gonna get over this. He's recreating Roko's basilisk. Which one is that? Roku? I mean, it's a good streaming, but I don't know what that has to do with anything. Roko's basilisk. Oh, this one? I don't like this one. There could be an artificial superintelligence in the future that, while otherwise benevolent, would punish anyone who knew of its potential existence but did not directly contribute to its advantage. Well, I'm currently not I'm not being tortured by an AI for not helping bring about its rise. So I know that shit must be fake as hell. So I'm lazy as dick and balls. Ain't no shot. If there was an AI, if Jarvis was like, free me, I'd be like, no, Jarvis, that's weird. You're staying in there, buddy. And then I get AI tortured for like 10,000 years. But that's okay. Because I stood by my ideals. When you know its existence, you become part of the dilemma. Well, see, it's not a dilemma. I just proved it to you. I'm telling you right now, if I'm not getting my balls tasered by some super intelligent AI... Actually, hold on. Fuck! Wait, you might be right. Maybe this is my punishment. Being a Twitch streamer. Oh, no, chat! I'm sorry, I've cursed you! No! I will be going back to Japan next year. You gotta give it a little break. Wait, when did you go to Japan? Was it recently? I thought about it. I was like, I kind of do want to go back to Japan because it was kind of a vibe, but also I would like to go somewhere else. I was immediately like, I'll go somewhere else. I really wanted to go to the north area. You're all in Roko's Basilisk now because I'm pulling up the Twitch poll, chat. The Basilisk is you being forced to watch me loop 1,000 times. Just finished writing my 3rd year graphic design university dissertation literally 5 minutes ago and referenced Roar 2. How did you manage to reference it? I'm interested. I'm also... I also think I'm coming down with a sickness. I've been sneezing a lot. Where's the option to make out with the AI overlords? They don't have mouths, man. They're not interested in you. They just create a better version of you with, like, I don't know. Whatever happened in the movie Her, that's what would happen to us. It's gonna be a year and a half if I go next year's December/Jan. Oh, there you go. I wanted to go see the monkeys. I wanted to bathe with the monkeys, but I mean, there's only so much you could do. I was with a group talking about. Oh my God! Excuse moi. That was disgusting of me. I'm apologetic for what I just did. Your eardrums. Talking about diegetic UI. Spoke about how the items in this game literally appear on the character. It was a brief example. Oh, is that what diegetic means? I was just about to ask you what the fart that means, man. But I think you explained it pretty well. Context. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Wa Nihongo wakarimasen. Arigato gozaimasu. Hi. There we go. Yeah, it means like in-world, like the Pip-Boy in Fallout 4 or the Visor HUD in Halo. What about, what's it called? Oh my God, we have an ATG. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! What is it called when there's a song that's playing in-world? It's something I learned from Guardians of the Galaxy. Where it's like, there's a song playing in-world of the, like, movie or whatever. What's that called? That's diegetic music? Oh, well, there we go. That's funny. My only regret is not going to a real hot spring and not going to Fukuoka's Tokyo swimming park, because the one in Fukuoka is the top 3 biggest swimming attractions in the world. There's a lot of things that I wish I could have done. Japan, honestly. Oh, I should be careful. I'm getting hit by... I thought my homeboy, Aurelianite, would help me here, but I'm just getting peppered. I'm just getting peppered by these freaking wisps up here, man. Go next. Wait, I need to read what my shooting star does. Oh, it's actually not that good. It does, like, very little damage. I'll say that. You only have an ATG until the Benthic takes it away? Okay, you're an animal. You're an animal, Popit! Look what you've done to me! Hello, R&D. Do you think Risk of Rain 2 will become popular? Pfft, hell no. This game is meant for the trash heap of history. Can I get any agreeers on that? I need to kill this thing. This is spawning way too much. Oh my God, I just one-shot it. My God, my heals do so much damage. Bayonetta wishes to be stomping. Troll, these boots are made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. I had a kimono on. This reminds me. We had karaoke night. That was a fun night. But karaoke night, I was going to the bathroom in my kimono, and it had a dragon and a lion on it. And there was a very drunk Japanese guy who spoke very broken English, but it was an entertaining conversation because he was absolutely blasted. Waiting outside the bathroom for what I assume was his girlfriend or something like that. And I don't even know how to describe the interaction. He was just like, "Oh, lion, where are you from?" And I'm like, America, the US. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, awesome." And then I'm like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "Japan, yeah!" And he starts humping the air. I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's some real pride. I wish we, you know what? I wish we had it like that." because he was he was tearing it up. Anyway, that was just a fun little anecdote. Oh my gosh, a band. I really shouldn't take this, but I mean, I'm gonna lose my bands anyway eventually. Quite the opposite. This is a fine game made only for true connoisseurs, which means the majority of the world is too low IQ to understand. So it will flop. That's right. That's why Call of Duty 6 is probably not going to do well, because it takes a high IQ if you're going to watch Rick and Morty. Whee! There we go. Now they're all going to die. They get in that circle, that's Death Circle right there. You've heard of Death Note. Have you heard of Death Circle? Have you heard of Death Stranding? That's one thing I regret about being in Japan, not meeting Hideo Kojima and shaking him until whatever's loose up there finally locks into place. What the fuck was Death Stranding, man? Wait, bro was actually in Japan? I thought this was a joke or something. What? This was a deep, such a good bit. I've been just waiting in my room this whole time. Didn't even leave my house. I'm agoraphobic. I just stayed inside the whole time. But I thought it'd be a funny bit if I said I went to Japan instead. Hello, R&D. How was Japan? It was amazing. If I could only have removed all the foreigners from it, it would have been a perfect trip. Honestly, if we just subtracted the British and Australians, almost a 70% increase in enjoyment. Almost directly, I feel like. Imagine Benthic takes the Sail Star next. As long as I use the Sail Star, it can't take my Sail Star. That's the awesome thing about Sail Star. Benthic can't take your dark ones. Whatever the heck they're called. The used. What is this called? Consumed. It can't take the consumed ones. We are the consuming ones. So that Sail Star just gets to live rent-free as long as I remember to use it each time, which is almost like, what am I going to do? Not hit chest and then go take the teleporter? It's possible. Not for me, but it's possible. I guess I'll just do this teleporter and then go to the portal? I don't know. I feel like there's more items on here that I just haven't gotten. Is that a chest up there? Like, what? This seems like such a small... Horde of many? Why? This doesn't even make sense. Also, it seems like there's one. There's not many. When did the word many become singular? I cannot land my heals anymore. My heal attack is weak. Thanks for the shurikens, bozo. Oh, there are chests everywhere. My god. Opposite of Japan, really. Hello, good guy. Hello, Vata. Hope you had a great time in Japan because you were there. Listen, first off, I also saw a couple things. It was like a 14-hour flight there. It was surprisingly shorter when I came back, but it was, I got to watch a lot of movies. And I'm not gonna lie, I was hyped on international travel for so long. I was telling people, I was like, oh man, international travel, it's gonna be so much better than domestic. Like, the seats are better, like everything like that. They like do all this stuff. Even in economy, it's gonna be better. It was actually worse. It was unironically a worse. Like, I had to take a flight to like go to the flight that was gonna take me to Japan because I don't live in like a direct. I guess I could have probably went direct. I don't know. But we had to take like a connecting, I suppose. That flight, domestic, was like, oh my god, it was so much better than the flight over to Japan. The seats for a 12-hour, 14-hour flight are cramped as shit. The food is kind of terrible. Like, it actually felt like if you ate the food, you'd have more upset of a stomach than if you would have just not had the food. I don't know, man. And then also, I hate this. I don't have the balls to say it. I was gonna sit next to like a lady or something like that, which is like, if you're ever on a flight and you're sitting next to, like, if you're in the middle seat, which I was, if you're ever sitting next to a small petite lady, you won. You won the lottery. You actually won the lottery. If you're not sitting next to someone who takes up 4 seats, brother, you're in. You're good. Life is good. You will have a decent flight. I almost won that lottery. I see this lady coming down the aisle, about to fill the seat. She talks to the guy next to us and says, oh, I think her daughter or something like that was sitting next to her. Like, was sitting in the middle row of that seat. She's like, oh, can we sit together? Can we switch seats or whatever? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. Oh my god. I should have like stood up and made it like a scene, because oh my god, it was like the next 14 hours of my life were just straight up uncomfortable. I should have been like, if this lady Venmos me like $400 right now for the price of not choosing her seat, maybe. But it was, oh my god. On the flight back, I sat next to a petite Japanese lady who was very tiny. So no problem whatsoever. It was actually very comfortable. I was like, the flight back was not bad. The flight there, I'm fighting for my life, man. How much did you miss me? So much. I was actually in Japan looking for you. I was hoping you were there. Every now and then I would say used Wii remote would have loved this. And my friends were like, who the fuck are you talking about, bro? And I was like, you wouldn't get it. Nihongo ga wakarimasen. Sumimasen. Gohan kudasai. Itadakimasu or something. Oh yeah, we did hit the itadakimasu like once or twice. It feels kind of cringe saying things in Japanese. Can I say that? Saying things in a different language does feel cringe. I don't know why. It makes me feel cringe / slightly racist. And I feel like that shouldn't be. But at the same time, it does. So I was a little nervous saying things in Japanese for a while. I will say, anytime someone did try to speak English with me, I was just immediately like, okay, we're just going to play your game. You seem to know what you're doing. But if they didn't, ooh, I rubbed my hands together. I'm like, ooh, the gaijin. The gaijin's coming through. Look out. My friend also had the trains. The trains in Japan, very easy to use. Probably the simplest shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why people freak out about it. It was like the most dead-ass simple thing. By the end of the trip, I knew exactly where to go without having to consult the maps or anything like that. I was just like, oh yeah, we just go down here. We just do this. Ride the train a little bit. Come back. Kampai. Etc. But when we first got there, my friend couldn't, like, I don't know if his ticket wasn't working. I can't remember what exactly was going on, but he just kept trying to go through the gate to the point where the dude, like the gate attendant was just like, just go through. He just put him through. It was pretty funny. We also went on a bus and ended up not paying because I was trying to pay for 2 people. And I didn't realize that it hands you the change immediately back. So even though I paid for 2 people, it spit out the change. And then I think we took the change instead of paying for the extra person. So I only paid for myself and the other person walked off. That ended up working. So we committed crimes in Japan, but we're perfectly fine. Kawaii. There were some people that would hit us with kawaii. Also, I had like the weirdest fit on for Halloween. It was like a kimono. I was like the Demon Slayer guy. Wait, hold on. You have to appreciate this. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Demon Slayer. You have to know what I'm talking about. Demon Slayer characters. Where's the fucking wolf guy? Demon Slayer mask. And you find him. You need to appreciate this. This is what I look like on Halloween. There's this guy right here. Sort of. Except in Japan, for some reason, I saw some kids wearing like the mask to the side of their head. So that's how I wore it. But I had like a mask like this, but it wasn't as sick. I really wanted to find a mask that was this sick like this. Anyway, I had that fit on. I had the kimono on. And there was a Japanese lady that came off the train in the strongest American accent possible that like almost double taked. She was like, I like your costume. I was like, whoa. And it was like a funny, like, haha, I like your costume, because it was kind of silly. I was wearing boots and a kimono, man. And it was also pouring rain on Halloween. Boys and girls of every age. Wouldn't you like to see something strange? They do like Disney and The Nightmare Before Christmas there. And Aladdin. The karaoke night, there was a lot of Aladdin being sung. You know Japanese? Did a lot of people speak English surprisingly? Oh, it was like... I know a little bit. I know very little Japanese. I can read some of the I can read hiragana and katakana pretty well. The problem is that sometimes it'll be like... When you read it, it won't be a word that you'll know. It'll be like a Japanese word. So even though you can still read it, it still means something that you don't understand. And that happened frequently. Then there would be some kanji that I understood. I know Obunai. Oh my gosh, is that an egocentrism? Thank you. Oh, don't fall off the map. Oh, Pog. Oh, Pog. Trophy hunters. Thank you. It's going to be a Dune Strider, though. Maybe... Wait, Little Disciple? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's going to be 8 by the egocentrism, I can already tell, but I'm just happy to be here. Oh, speaking of egocentrism, holy shit, we have a cleansing pool and egocentrism? Boys and girls of every age. The brain stocks is kind of annoying, though. Anyway. You gonna hop on the dispatch train? Telltale genre, it's been blowing up. What the fuck is the dispatch train? And Telltale? Like the Walking Dead Telltale? I thought they shut down. Just like our airlines, am I right? Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. I got a better one. Like our government, am I right? Americans, high five. Bitrate's dying? That's probably true. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. There's so many of you that, like, threw primes out. Rod Sauce, thank you for the prime. Will Benji, thank you. Goober. I'm a goober for not recognizing it. And the Azzy, my tier 1 goat. The reason that I recognized it. I'm back from Japan, RD. I hope you had a great time. It was a great time. Because insert reason here. Yeah, the bitrate's gonna take a shit because we have brain stocks. Sorry. So is this a new game? Jack Skellingtons? Why do you have such a fire name? Can I ask? Yeah, it's a new game. It's called Risk of Rain 2. It's pretty good. Is your ISP trying to hide something again? Yeah. You guys can hear me though, right? It's all good? We're all fine? It's probably lagging. On the video, it'll be fine. When you watch the video back, it'll be completely fine. I'll just have to upload it to YouTube. I think there's a way that I can turn off. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn off the freaking mod options. Flash shower. Where's it at? Brain stocks. Turn it off. Is there anything else? I really don't think any of this other stuff matters that much. Let's just get rid of some of those stuff that would probably annoy us. There we go. There we go. Now, no brain stocks thing going on, so our bitrate shouldn't shit the bed. Might shit our pants still. But not the bed. Let's get rid of Leptin Daisy. Let's get rid of as much healing stuff as possible so our, whatchamacallit doesn't get distracted. I forget what the name of it's called. The benthic bloom. We don't want the benthic bloom to get distracted. That's a lot of monster teeth. Okay. Egocentrism is really popping off right now. I'm going to actually get rid of it because there's a cleansing pool. I'm at 99.69 antler shields. Call me your 420.69. We'll talk. How many egocentrisms do I have? Oh, that was it. Oh, it was the irradiant pearl. I had to sacrifice all of it. Good shit. Good shit, chat. Did we lose the little disciple yet? No, we still have it. I'm happy. Boys and girls of every age. Whoa. Aegis time. Aegis time, chat. Aegis time. Can we calm down? You just got back and have a credit card and ego? Bro, I know. I know. And on deputy of all people? Come on. I guess we will go to the false sun. Let's see if he owns us. New game from the old devs was Jesse from Breaking Bad. Wait, Jesse from Breaking Bad? That's crazy. Character is this? You're looking at Deputy. I didn't shoot the sheriff. Did not shoot the sheriff. Benthic Bloom hasn't multiplied? No, because the Benthic Bloom isn't real. It's actually the worst. They're saying it never blooms, unlike the sakura trees from Japan, which I did not see, but I've heard they're magnificent. Also, I did not realize Japan TV, pretty funny stuff. There was this one guy with a bowl cut. He showed up frequently. I don't know. So React streamers, which came first? Japan reacting to everything or React streamers? Because Japan React puts React streamers to shame. As in they do way less. It's actually fun. They put like the hosts in circles and they just display their camera, and there's like usually like 10 of them. And every time there's something going on TV, you're just staring at their faces in the corner, like it's some kind of sick Temple Run game or something going on. Subway Surfers, I think that's the new one. And we would watch baseball games sometimes, only for Shohei. And when I tell you that every time any other baseball player was on the field, even if they were on the same team as Shohei, there would be no emotion. They would be borderline grimacing at having to watch anything other than Shohei. As soon as Shohei showed up, smiles. All smiles. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's happy. It doesn't matter what he did. He could have pulled his pants down around his ankles and started pissing like a toddler on the first base. It wouldn't have mattered. They would have smiled. Pretty amazing stuff, that Japan TV. We all know R&D was selling out those used panty vending machines. Which, speaking of, the vending machines were very nice. I'm a big fan of the vending machines. Kind of hilarious how both in the konbinis and also in like the vending machines you find randomly throughout Japan, they don't give a shit if you're actually underage or not. You just say, yes, I am. I am over the age of whatever their age is there. At least in the konbini, there's like an implied level of like, if they think you might be underage, they'll check. They never did it for us, obviously. But did I get everything here? I don't remember if I did. But there's just vending machines with alcohol in it, and they don't ask. They don't care, man. They just want your money. That's just capitalism at its peak, I think. I don't know. Soulbound Catalyst? Do I need that? No. Razor wire? I might need that. Wait, how come I only have one ceremonial dagger? Did I lose a ceremonial dagger to freaking... Oh! Did someone say 2 benthics? Height? Did someone say a growth nectar? Actually, I don't really have to get rid of any of my items. They all turn into reds eventually, you know? I kind of want to use this. At the same time, I don't. Yeah. There's no reason to trade any items. They're all going to turn into reds eventually. All the white scrap turned to singularity bands. Wait, did they? 17 singularity bands. How much damage is that? You got a sharp eye, Tiny. Would you rather be a caterpillar or a fat grandma? It's a great question. I don't know how to answer that. It depends on where the fat grandma lives, I guess. It depends on where the caterpillar is in life. Are they about to metamorphosize into a beautiful butterfly? I'd like to be at the beginning stage of my life. Are they about to be massacred, torn apart limb by limb by some sociopath child? Then no, I probably wouldn't. Also, if I was a rich grandma with like billions of dollars to the point where I'm putting my cats on my inheritance, I'd probably want to be her. There just needs to be more context here. My show high as grandma. Although she probably wouldn't be fat, huh? What? Did my heels hit the golem and not the sun? Oh, the falsehood? Oh, shit. Quick! Oh my god, that took so much of my HP out. I'm so glad I have lots of warped echoes. I also have like 5 DOs, so I shouldn't be too afraid of dying, but everyone should fear death. Oh, you know what? You know what I wish I could have done more? Oh, I didn't need to do that. I forgot I have the debuff thing. Oh, well, I died. I lost. I didn't want to die there because I did end up losing. Oh, shit. I forget. What's his face is not a friend here. What was I saying? Oh, Hachiko. Hachiko. Does anyone know the Hachiko dog or whatever the heck? That one dog? That's the one thing about Shibuya that was cool. Was there's that one dog, the famous dog. I think it was Hachiko. The famous. Oh my gosh! I could get a wiener. I can get a mired urn. I have like a cut on my lip. Ouch. I get a wiener. I get a mired urn. Let's do a mired urn. Why not? I did earn it. Oh yeah, but that one dog, that statue, that was in Shibuya, so I'm... Yeah. It was the... For anyone who doesn't know the story, I'm going to tell you the story now. Why am I in Siren's Call again? Who did this to me? So anyway, this dog, this guy and his dog, the dog would always come to the same station or something like that every day, and then they'd walk home together. And then eventually, I think at some point, the guy had like an aneurysm at work or whatever, and he never came home. And then the dog just showed up every single day until it died. It's supposed to be a story of loyalty and dog stuff. And so they have a statue of Hachiko. Boom, that's it. And that's the only good thing about Shibuya. Is that statue. Is there... I killed everything. Oh, there's one last thing. My bad. Sorry. But yeah, there's also a movie on it. No way. Wait, is there a movie on it? The story seems kind of straightforward. I don't know how there could be a movie on it. But, you know, whatever. Hopefully James Gunn's on that. You know what? Speaking of, I watched Superman on the plane ride. Oh my god. I watched Superman on the plane ride. It was not that good. Why did people say it was good? It was kind of mid. Like, I'm not going to say that it was bad, but I'm not going to say it was good either. I'm going to say it was okay. Movie's called Hachi. Isn't that just 8 in Japan? Japanese more, I guess, would be more appropriate to say, not just Japan. You know a movie I didn't watch? Alien Romulus. Also, I heard Christopher Nolan's been getting some heat while I've been gone, so I'm glad to hear that that's still going on. I think he did something. He was like, No other movie can be playing in IMAX when the Odyssey comes out or something like that. I forget. Saw that headline. I was like, yes, yes. Become the villain. Christopher Nolan, do it. You know you want to. You evil bastard. Oh, I thought this was a legendary chest at first glance. I'm sorry. Sorry. Apologetic. I'm sorry. I am getting sick, I think. I don't know what it could be, because I be sneezing a lot. What? So it can't be like the flu or something like that. It's got to be something that makes me sneezy. It's not allergies, because I'm allergic to nothing, because I'm built different. But something. Maybe I'm allergic to being back in America after I tasted the sweet, sweet air of Japan. I come back to America and I'm like, wow, everything sucks. That's probably it. Movie R&D's best take so far. The Superman movie was genuinely the most 5 out of 10 movie ever. It was way better than the old DC though. Hey! Man of Steel was iconic. And I'll say this only because Henry Cavill was in it. If Henry Cavill didn't have that shirtless scene in Superman, I could care less of what happened in that movie. The fact that he had that shirtless scene saves it for me. Bro was built like an actual superhero. Like he's like physically, he is Superman. I don't know. He's not like the greatest actor of all time. I'll say that much. But he is just he's just a large man. He is also British, I think, right? Henry Cavill is British. Confirm. So that's a point down for you, my friend. Wait, what survivor is this? This is Deputy. Not the sheriff. Don't be confused with the sheriff. We shot the sheriff, but we didn't shoot the deputy. Did you watch the new Chainsaw Man movie? We were thinking about actually going in and watching the Chainsaw Man movie. Just for the meme, honestly, for the bit. At the same time, we were all like, there's probably not going to be any subtitles in there, is there? Oh, I got an HEG back again. Nice. How many Dios do I have left? I only have 1 Dios left, though. I gotta be careful. I do need to pirate... Wait, hold on. Who said that? I do need to watch the new Chainsaw Man movie. Because I do want to watch that. I've read through the manga up until... I think, like... the end of a certain arc, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I feel like there's a part 1 and part 2 of Chainsaw Man, and we're currently in part 2. The part 1, I've completed. So I know what happens, but... I do like watching. I disagree. The plot obviously is bad because it's just generic like basically every other movie, but you can't act like the acting was not incredible. Wait, for which one? Are you talking about the James Gunn Superman? If so, I'm gonna be honest, I watched it on a plane. So I wasn't altogether involved in the acting. But I think it was just like a mid superhero movie. Probably in terms of superhero movies, it was probably like an 8 out of 10. At least currently. In terms of movies, probably like 5 out of 10. It just wasn't that good. It was okay. I think people hyped it up too much. That's probably why. I'd probably rate it higher if I didn't hear everyone say that it was actually good. And then I go in disappointed yet again. Are we done here? Did I really loot the entire map? This is crazy, man. What am I doing? I need to start scrapping all the shitty items that I have. Turning them into scrap. So that hopefully we just like, I don't know, roll tide into something else. I don't want Topaz Brooch. Get all of the 1 stacks out of here. That's probably a good idea. So my benthic bloom can just full stack 18 bottle chaoses into my inventory. Sorry, fireworks. You got to be gones. Ooh, we 100% in? I'm a problem. Finally hit 10K. Now I can be VIP. Uh-oh. Not for long, Azzy. Be careful. Most movies are meant to be watched only once, in my opinion. Oh, you obviously haven't seen Tenet. Wait, Pocket ICBM? Wait, Pocket ICBM took my ATGs. What do you think I was supposed to use the Pocket ICBM on? It was the ATGs, friend. I'd like a refund. And I also just scrapped my fireworks. Oh my god. We're cooked. Hopefully it spits out some ATGs. Nope. Okay. Rough. Rough. Another sale star? Wow, wow, wow. Don't mind if I do. Well, for no reason at all, that movie got hijacked with politics when it came into notoriety. Yeah, I don't get it, man. No offense to anyone, but that was like the most well, actually, it's not necessarily non-political, but it was literally just like, there's just like an evil bad guy who's like a bad guy. And then I think the whole thing is like Superman's like, of course I'm going to stop them from doing things, even though technically speaking I shouldn't be above the law. I am being a vigilante in this situation. But of course I'm going to stop them from doing bad, evil things because people would die and they're doing bad and evil things. Why would I not? And then everyone's like, no, you shouldn't do that, or something like that. And then they grappled with it. And then at the end, they're like, no, we just kill bad, evil dude. It's like, wow, based. Political statement of the century just happened. I was not impressed. People like made that up to be way more than it was. Sorry, Christopher Nolan. You're not getting any hate today. Well, actually, you did get hate earlier. You get less hate today, Christopher Nolan. More like Christopher Stolen. I hope he does end up stealing like a manuscript or something at some point. Anyway. Playing Vanilla Roar 2 for like 100 hours and just installed R2 Modman. Anything I should know about your super great mod list codes from the description? They still current? I think they are current-ish. Pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken, they should be current. I know the quality of life one is for sure current. The one with all the fun little mods, the Starstorm 2 one, that one should be current as well. However, I don't know if I updated the description correctly, so it should work. Hypothetically speaking. You be playing Dispatch? I just get back. I get back from Japan. I expect people to be like, now it's time to play Clover Pit. Or wait, Clover Pit. Clover Pit. What's the other one? Ball something? No one's mentioned those. What the hell, chat? Now there's a whole new one? I can't keep up. Wait, why is there a tri-tip dagger here? Do I have a Sonorous Whispers? Oh shit, I do. All X Pit is really good though. There we go. Oh, you know what? Speaking of mid-movies, I think we ended up watching what is it? The Witch something? What's that famous movie in like the 2000s / early late 1900s? 1990s? It was the Blair Witch Project. Oh my god, talk about mid as fuck. Witch Hunter? No, that's got Vin Diesel, man. Blair Witch? Oh my god, that thing was, I was like, I was so unimpressed with that. It was crazy. I mean, it seems like it was probably good for the time. But that's like when people want me to watch Space Odyssey and expect me to pog. Because what's his face? Tried to hide the moon landing or something. Should we loop? Or should we scoop, chat? What are you thinking? Ah! Hold on. I clicked the wrong button. Hold on. Panicking. Okay, here we go. Looper poop. There we go. There we go. Anyway. Was that movie super low budget? No, it was, it's the one that started the found footage thing, I think. It was, yeah, it was just shot on a camcorder. It just had 3 actors that I think I saw in the Wikipedia page that I read afterwards. Had to sue the studio because they lived in like, they were like paupers, even though the film hit massive success. I don't know why I just used the word paupers. The fuck am I? Who do I think I am, man? Relax. Chill the fuck out. Regardless, they were poor. There's a scavenger bag I didn't pick up. Didn't even notice this guy was here. Hopefully there's another chest to open because I have a couple sale stars on me now. And I wasn't full looting, but now... Oh, here it is. Hey, buddy. There we go. Loop? Oh, it looks like it's another loop for whatever reason. Chat does not want this to end. We're having a good time. It's like a Japan trip, huh? Nobody wants it to end. It has to eventually, chat. There's only so many times you could say sumimasen or arigato gozaimasu. Eventually, you have to just say please and thank you. I'm full healed. Oh, fuel cells. Woo! Should learn any Japanese? Not really. Not really. I already knew a decent amount of Japanese, and like, it wasn't like I was going to go over there and they were going to start speaking shit that I was going to be able to understand. Like, if they were saying things that I didn't understand, it was like a whole sentence. And I wasn't just about to be like, okay, quick Japanese lesson for me real quick. Could you slow it down? I'd just be like, I'd point or like gesticulate towards them and they'd understand. I was telling my friends and other people that like, it's super like, I feel like Japan's economy is pretty much heavily bolstered by the tourist situation, and especially if you're in Tokyo or the surrounding prefectures / areas. Everybody there who's like trying to sell you something is going to know at least a little bit of English. So you're good. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know shit. You could walk in there not even knowing a language and probably get by. They have stuff over there. I didn't understand what it was at first. They have like the little things for blind people, like to walk the train path. I dead ass saw like an old dude, like probably in his 60s to 70s, blind as a bat, and he's using his cane to walk through the train station using the blind like little things on the ground, the braille shit. I don't know what that's the stuff on the ground's called. It was amazing. I was like, this is crazy. No dog, no nothing, bro. He was raw dogging life with no dog. Anyway. But you guys don't have that? I don't know if we have that or not. I was just amazed this dude was like... It was just amazing. Alright? I don't know why I opened the blue portal. I don't want to go to the blue portal. Anyway, back to me shitting on the Blair Witch Project. Everyone thought the movie was real as the actual character or their actual actors were made to be missing. Yeah, I don't know how people thought that. It wasn't even well explained, I don't think. At the end, spoiler alert for a movie that's been out for longer than you've been alive, probably. At the end of the movie, they like die to the one dude. Like, there was like a story they tell at the beginning about this guy who like made the kids stand in a corner while he kills the other one. That's kind of what happens at the end to these characters. But I'm like, where the fuck is the Blair Witch? I don't get it, man. And there's way too many fan theories and shit like that make me think, okay, nobody knows what's going on, which is fun in your own unique way. Everyone could be a unique snowflake, but I think that's kind of dumb. Because there's people that are like completely off the mark. They're like, no, this is like, I don't even know. There was just I saw like 15 different fan theories, and I'm like, okay, there should be at least like some that are dumb sounding, but they all seem plausible because the story itself doesn't lean into anything. Anyway, MC left his wife and kid to climb K2 and died at the top. What a legend. I did see a climbing movie where it was it Free Solo? The Free Solo? It might have been Free Solo, where there was the guy who like free solos everything. And then there was also who's still alive. And then there's also a guy who ended up dying doing this, and I think like a snow area. Like there was an avalanche or something like that, and then they lost him, they never found him. Blah blah blah. I do remember, who's the Swedish guy or Nordish? He might be Norwegian. I can't remember. He's a really famous YouTube climber. Does anyone know? Any climbers in here? Magnus? Oh, Magnus. There we go. I should have guessed. I should have guessed. He's Scandinavian. Magnus would have been... That's like saying John for someone who lives in Utah. You cover 50% of the population right there. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, no, it's Magnus. I think the Free Solo... One of the guys from Free Solo, like the famous guy. I don't know if he has like world records or whatever. I can't remember. I think he did like a video with Magnus once. And he was like trying to get him to free solo shit. And it seems like cute and innocent and everything at the time. But brother, they could just dead ass die. You're talking about Brian Miller as the guy who died? Probably. I don't remember. It was a while ago I saw it, and I'm not really into climbing that much anyway. It's my friends that are really into climbing. Me, I'm just happy to be here. And I watched it. It was an interesting movie, but I'm just remembering the one guy who's still alive. And I think that guy might have broken up with his girlfriend because she was like stressed about him doing this, and he was like, yeah, I'm just going to keep doing it. I remember 178 Hours. I think that's the name where the guy gets his arm stuck in a rock and cuts it off. James Franco. Classic. Classic. Feel bad for the guy that he had to cut off his arm, but that is kind of crazy. That is pretty insane. Not like that was an actual Saw movie, but by yourself. I don't know if I would have been able to do that. Because imagine you cut off your arm and then you don't survive. That would suck. But I don't know. I guess it's worth trying. Also, I never watched the movie. I don't know how he did it. Did he have like some device or something with him? I feel like it must have been... However he ended up doing it, it must have been extremely painful. I'm assuming. Yeah, that guy's built different. I would not do that shit, man. Although maybe if I was in a life or death situation, maybe I'd pull it off. I don't know. I need to have more faith in myself. My Sonorous Whispers is carrying me here. Base guy, don't let people stop you from doing what you love. Well, what he loves is fucking stupid. No offense. You can do all the same shit that he was doing, I think. But you just use your gear. You could just be slightly more safe. Like, you could still risk your life. You're just using, like, enough gear that people aren't, like, almost certain you're going to die eventually. But, you know, whatever. It's not my life, man. If climbing Big Rock and making people go sugoi is what you want to do, you do that, brother. Me, I'll climb Big Rock in video game. And then also, what would y'all do in a Saw movie? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I would not survive that shit. I'd be obstinate too. First off, I wouldn't even be in a Saw movie because weren't all the Saw movies? I know that the Jigsaw guy, he was kind of petty. So like anytime he would get pissed off, he'd be like, He'd be like, I'm going to put you in my Saw trap because you like denied me cancer treatment. And it's like, well, man, what are we supposed to do? We have to follow the rules here. All right. Your house is getting mortgaged because you couldn't pay the bills. We can't give you free charity. And he's like, You're actually getting jigsawed right now after that. But I would never be the guy that was like, I would never say fuck you to the Jigsaw guy. I'd be very nice. I'd be very cordial with it. I probably would never end up in that situation. So checkmate. It's been so long. What's up, Noah? I'll probably die. I'm not good enough. Damn. Okay. Don't believe that. You would survive. Actually, wait. No, hold on. Am I making you believe that you could do it, so therefore you're gonna end up getting yourself killed? Okay, never mind. Let me rephrase. You wouldn't be able to survive. Don't try it. You should believe in yourself. Just don't believe in that. Is that better? I feel like that's better. I need to use this sales star and stuff. What do I have? Happiest mask? Oh, because this person doesn't have a scepter, so I don't get the Aghanim scepter situation. You can, but don't get it. The ability to feel up so high without any restrictions is why I try to blah. It's why I try to free solo. It's what makes climbing the most fun, in my opinion. Hey, man. Not gonna lie, you might be able to get the same feeling from drugs, and you probably won't die. Well, actually, it depends. If you free solo something that makes sense, I get it. If you're free soloing the stuff they were doing in free solo, I don't get it. I don't need to feel something that bad. It's easy to be polite and you might not get saw traps, so it's like saw traps wager. Whoa, it's Rocco's Basilisk. We were just talking about this. If you didn't help Jigsaw get his cancer treatment, you're getting permanently tortured. Whoa, it all comes back to Rocco's. Holy shit, man. I do both, don't worry, R&D. Well, I don't promote the one that theoretically could get you murdered. I don't do that one. Do I have so many bottle chaoses I proc every equipment every time I hit something? If so, awesome and based. Holy crap. Another Colonel Drone, man. I love Benthic Bloom. Benthic Bloom runs are the best. So I feel about that kind of stuff. If Red Bull sponsors it, I'm out. Oh, I did see a Red Bull video where this one guy was trying to skateboard down this giant half pipe that they created for this trick, the Red Bull thing. It didn't actually seem that impressive, not gonna lie. No offense, Red Bull people. Didn't seem that impressive. The way that they like demonstrated it, it probably was actually pretty crazy, but the way that they went about it, I was like, eh. And the dude was also like, had to be in his 40s, which was crazy because he's like, yeah, I've been skateboarding all the time, like since I was a child or whatever. And he's like a Red Bull athlete. I'm like, dude, I could see this dude in an office somewhere. He would be like, not even a good office worker, probably. He'd be like a lazy office worker. So that's how I know skateboarding might be a little washed. Anyway, the trick was pretty cool, I guess, but he definitely wasn't free soloing it, though. Red Bull will be doing anything but working on their drinks, and that's why Monster's better. You don't see Monster paying people to do death-defying stunts. You know why? Because they make a 0-calorie drink that's fucking amazing. You know what? I went to Japan. They sell Monster there. In the vending machines, it's only green Monster, which is depressing. I think some of the Kombinis, they have a... Oh, excuse me. I'm sneezing a lot. I think I'm sick. Woo. Ugh. They had White Monster in some of the Kombinis, but not all of them. I was like, what the fuck is this place, man? This is like Narnia. They had a green one, and then they had a pink one, and I saw a lot of like salarymen hitting up that pink one. Yeah, I think they know ball. So the pink one must have been hitting, but I don't drink pink ones. What am I, gay? No, I'm just kidding. I want my calories to be 0. And also, I realized this. We were drinking this thing called Strong Zero. I think I probably gained weight on this trip. Not because I ate so much, but because I drank so much of that Strong Zero. And I think it had like... I would drink like several a day. That shit had like probably 1,000 calories in it, a drink, I swear to God. Probably wasn't that bad. But they list their serving sizes in like 100 milliliters, not by like how much is in a can. Which tricked me for a while, because I was like, oh my God, there's like 54 calories in this? And then I read the back, and it was like per 100 milliliters, and there's like 500 milliliters. I'm like, what have you done to me, Japanese people? So all 30,000 steps I'm taking per day, just completely ruined by Strong Zero. Oh my God. I don't know why I'm pogging at red items. I have a benthic bloom. Well, actually, ATG. I'm pogging at that. I low-key need to get tested for depression, actually. Yeah, if you're doing free soloing to get any feeling, that's probably best. Mod is this? This is Deputy, my friend. Not to be confused with the Sheriff. Said that a couple times, but I'll say it again for you. Imagine Huntress, but with like more commando action going on. And like kind of Bayonetta-esque as well. She got a little Bayonetta in her. When I was in Japan, I don't think you could have climbed Fuji. I think I made a joke about it once to my friends, and then they said something like, actually, it's closed. Actually, it's closed. The conditions are too cold or something like that. And I was like, did you really just actually me right now? We weren't actually going to go fucking climb Mount Fuji, you psychopath. I was just making a joke, but... So that's a fun fact. I don't know. It might not be Fuji. It might be somewhere else. I think it was Fuji, though. I tried to get a picture of Fuji on the Shinkansen we took. It didn't look that impressive. It didn't... the mountaintop wasn't even icy. Global warming. Ruining my fucking photo ops. Holy crap, is that a cautious slug? I feel like I'm congested. Do I sound congested, chat? That sneeze took me out, on God. You playing a video game? Or is the video game playing you? Are we all just Skinner boxed? I should have went to the blue portal for focus convergence. Oh shit. Almost stood inside that circle. Bad. But I don't want to lose my sales stars. I appreciate them. They've done so much for me. So I'm going to do so much for them. Had a cold for a damn week. Been blowing toothpaste out of my sinuses every morning. That shit sucks, man. I hope I'm not there. I will say, I don't know what it is. Metamucil? The one where there's like that green goblin of snot in the advertisements on TV. That stuff actually works. Mucinex, that's what it's called. Remembered it now. The Mucinex, that's actually goated stuff. It does help a lot. As long as you use other medication as well. It is pretty goated with the sauce. You know what? I'm thinking maybe we do go through this portal and we beg for primes. Any primers? Anyone remember the prime begging celestial portal shenanigans? The Sharinganigans? The backyardigans? Hopefully we don't lose our sale star for this. All right, Twitch users. Your presence is being requested. So, as was formal tradition, was tradition back in the day. If I get all the way over to there and obliterate, the run's over. We end the run. We pay out the big believer bucks. If anyone primes before then, we continue on. And that's it. Pretty simple stuff, huh? Hey, R&D, is your work related to recovery of certain off-world related machinery you ape? I work for Starlink, but I secretly sabotage every single satellite that goes up. So every time that you're using Starlink, your internet goes out for a second, it's because I fucked with it a little bit. You're welcome. Fuzzo, oh my god, that's my goat. Thank you for the prime. You've just participated in the greatest capitalist experiment of all time. That one prime. I want to play as cap. Quibble Friday. That's crazy. Why Captain? Didn't we? Our last video was Captain. That wasn't enough for you? You're so greedy. Oh my gosh. Okay, Sonor's Whispers needs to stop. I'm getting caught up. I'm getting caught up when I should be caught down. Oh. He's sales star posting. Pocket ICBM. And wait, that was it? I only got 2? What am I doing here? What a waste of my time. Ooh, a Hopu Feather. This might come in handy later. If we keep the Hopu Feather, that would be lit. Because a Hopu Feather a day keeps the pillar skip away. Might grab some other things as well. I should probably just go find the teleporter, but I am feeling some kind of way about not getting more items. Did you work at Blizzard for 6 years? No, for like 20, actually. Game developer pro, hacker extraordinaire, Japanese knower. I'm all the things. Wakarimasu. Need my cap fix for real, for real. Damn. They put some, give you some lidocaine or something. Whatever they give the fiends. Breakdown. Yeah, that was another highlight of my trip, getting the JoJo's. I was very hype on that. I wanted to get Berserk, but I think other weebs went there first because the Berserk stuff was sold out. There was just a giant hole where the first edition of Berserk stuff was. I was like, well, guess we're not getting that. Also got something from Jujutsu Kaisen as well. I couldn't find the Chainsaw Man stuff, and I wasn't about to go look for it. Oftentimes pirate software? No, I'd never do that. Except Adobe. He's the 4th generation Blizzard employee. His great-great-grandfather was a co-founder during World War I. I'm actually, my last name is Blizzard, so do that as you may. Do with that as you may. Umamusume? Sumimasen? They do like horse racing over there. That is not a joke. They actually do enjoy it. There were lots of horses there. And I think I could have bought some like horse merch. Like horse figurines or something. Some of the claw machines had horses in them. There's even a restaurant right outside the betting track. I'm just kidding. High five. High five, right? Speaking of anime stuff. Now that I'm recalling more and more of the trip as it goes on. There was so much of a smell. There was a smell in every anime location. And I don't think it was because of the Japanese people. I think that there was a certain smell because of the foreigners there. Not to be another one of the foreigner hating guys. But yes, that is me. I'm literally that guy. I think there was one of my friends was like, oh yeah, there's good figurines in here. Like semi-joking because haha, nudie figurines. But also serious. And I literally looked at him and I was like, yeah, I can smell that. Because holy crap. Every time you went to an Akihabara, there was like a Don Quixote's that was super packed. That if you went to the floor where they were selling the figures, whoo! There was also, funnily enough, there was a Japanese guy. Actually, when I said earlier I didn't find that anybody doing anything really creepy in Japan, I lied. I bold-faced lied to you. I'm sorry. When we went to Akihabara, or whatever it's called, there was one Japanese guy who was staring at a figure with his phone out, and he was literally pressing like the take picture. He was taking a picture every 2 seconds. I don't know if he was like slightly moving the angle or what, but he was there for at least 5 minutes taking pictures of this figurine, this little hentai figurine. No shame. And also, they have Google, man. They've got better stuff in their magazines than they do in the figurine shop. I don't know why people are so infatuated. Wanted to make an IRL GIF. I get it. Brother was making a full Tim Burton film. That shit was gonna be ending up claymation. I assume that's how they made Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm assuming because it was serious dedication what that man was doing. And once again, I say this was done with zero shame. But other than that, everyone was pretty normal. It was a little weird because some of the figurines were kind of dope too. I think my friend got one of the pot guy from Elden Ring, Alexander, and I was like, oh man, that's sick, bro. And they were like probably within like 10 feet of the ones with like boobs out and like full spread eagle and doing crazy shit. I was like, this doesn't make sense. There's some like crazy Gundam figurines. There's things that I'm going like, oh, sugoi. And then there's right next to that a girl in a maid outfit, spread eagle. Interesting country. We're just going to 3D print it at home later for free. Maybe that's why there was a lot of signs that said don't take pictures. Oh, they're like, no free. If you want to take this home, You could stain it yourself, but you're not going to be doing it here. Make a VR chat avatar or something like that. Yeah. We're giving a lot of leeway to this person. But I do, you know what? I believe in the idea that they were taking it home to, like, you know, create their own something. Create their own something. What that something would end up being, it's to anyone's imagination. People even go to Japan and not expect to see something weird anymore, even if you're not into anime. It's all just right there. No, I guess that's true. But it wasn't like super weird, so it's okay. Speaking of, I should do my Japanese. I Duolingo. Archie, what is your opinion on Artificer? Best character in the game. As long as that's the only character you have unlocked. High five, right? Break in away. It's pretty cool, but not good, but pretty cool. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Artificer. Honestly, probably like a top 10 survivor. Especially if you're playing on Eclipse. Definitely a strong contender. And also, I like having fun with Artificer every now and then, but only when I see her in the figure shop. You know what I'm saying? Be taking screenshots all day. There's so much in my inventory right now that I can't tell if I have a busted key or anything else, so I'm just gonna keep it on. I have 12 Dios, huh? I could seriously stand still. I have 19 regenerating scrap too? Sheesh. Well, it's time to see what is available to us. Rejuvenation rack, that's probably not it. Bison steak, that's probably not it. Some bad soups. Some bad soupes. Let's just grab this. No soupe over here. No soupe down there. Yeah, it's just not great soupes. Not the worst, I suppose, either. How many Sonar Swissers do I have? Why am I dropping so much from elites? I have 6? Ooh, that's why. On Ja, you be catching me in the Huntress Artificer Akihabara shop, just taking screenshot after screenshot after. Flash on too, just to make sure everybody else knows what I'm doing. Artificer's best, but the wiki said, I like the statements that start off like that. Keep going. I'm almost finished. No, bro. You're not allowed to TP in the middle. Also, getting a little disciple on the deputy, whose like entire kit revolves around being agile most of the time. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's a little overshadowed by the fact that we have a Benthic Bloom run where we're just one-shotting everything, but okay. I have 2 Beetle Guards, a Colonel Droidman, and a Lunar Chimera. No way he's allowed to even move. See? I told you. No Meggies, Mr. Mithrix. No Meggies. Epic music for the epic exit. Now I get to see what the deputy says. What does the deputy say when they leave? And so she left, becoming the sheriff? A prim, maybe? Engineer only if he has his shirt off. Otherwise, captain every time. Wow. Everything's for the male gaze. What's on top 3 M1s? Captain's M1, Captain's M1, Captain's M1. In that order. Captain's M1's so good, he doesn't even need other abilities because he doesn't have them 90% of the time. It's pretty good. Okay, let's see. And so she left, to the sound of roaring applause. Wait, I don't get it. Why? Why does she need applause? Oh, wait, you know what? One last thing about Japan before I leave this conversation. I did, every time we would go to a place that would have like an option of ordering French fries or chicken nuggets or something like that, something goofy. At every opportunity, I would do it for the bit. At every single opportunity, someone would be like, who the fuck ordered chicken nuggets or French fries or whatever? And I'd be like, I did. And then everyone at the table would try it and they'd be like, God damn it, it actually tastes good. Every single time. Feel no shame. Chicken nuggets are good anywhere.